So this video is going to be a pretty basic, just leveling, attacking video. Little bit of strategy maybe if I find people that are actually going to try to defend, but people are pretty passive, which annoys me, but it is what it is, just kind of how the game's evolved into a lot more passive gameplay. Unless you're encroaching on someone's like trading area, then they'll try to like wall you out of it, which sometimes can be fun. But basically, I like to start my season a few days into the season because everyone's already grown the islands, so I can start off and just level quickly, all on 200% experience. And personally, I never really do these first two events. They are the most valuable events because they offer a gem at the end, but I'm just not gonna take my time. Like the first event, like capture event, depending on what league you're in. If you're in diamond, it takes way longer than this because they're swapped. But the events in my opinion, 100% not even worth putting my time into. For anyone that's like free to play or actually plays the game a lot, then you might as well do it. But I'm not going to spend 3 to 6, maybe even 8 hours trying to finish an event in game when I could like work for 3 hours and just buy the gem and save 4 or 5 hours of my life. And it's really not enjoyable at all, like grinding just to finish a little event. So that's why I don't do them personally, but you are welcome to waste your time to complete that. And so my strategy here for this video is basically, and it's a pretty common thing, like what I pretty much showed in my last video, trying to do it the last day of season, which isn't a smart idea. As you can see in that video, it was unsuccessful since I am in Plat League still. It's weird that the Plat banner looks like the silver banner a bit, or the trophy, whatever. But yeah, basically what I'm going to do is suicide into probably one of these 2 temples. Now I will scout, if it lets me tap it, I will scout surrounding temples, just because if there's someone with a much lower troop count or much lower guardian, then it is often worth traveling a bit further to get better experience ratios on each attack. And then once I reach about 500 to 1 million power, 500, then I will be taking that city just to get it as a small jump on my way. And then, which actually, let me mark it right now just to keep that in mind. And then I will also be taking this city if I get around like 50, 60 million. But I don't think I'll get that far, because before I do that, I will be able to attack these 85s at about, I want to say 10 to 20 million power, because I should have, I really only need a little bit under 100 million, also depending on my striker, but about 100 million troops, and I should be fine here. I do have a troop expedition going, so hopefully I get decent luck on that, and that'll give me a little bit of boost after I take as many cities as I can. Of course, you want to take as many cities to boost your kingdom points based off of your cities to then be able to collect more troops. So yeah, I have 50 sapphires I can collect there, and then just idle is doing nothing. But yeah, what I will be doing for my skill tree is just going to be the classic rusher striker hybrid. I don't see many skill trees being better than this for attacking. If you're defending or more passive play, or if you're trading, then this is obviously not the best to use. And also, if you just have better stats, if you have much better stats, you can use tons of different play styles, and because your stats are so good, they will all work for you. Maybe not as effectively as others, but either way, let's get into that. I'm gonna skip around a bit so you guys don't have to watch the whole process, but first portion is going to be suiciding in temples, then taking a few jump points, then attacking, but we'll get to there. So this is just a little bit of a progress update here. Basically, what I did is I suicided into this temple for a little bit until you started placing more troops there, and it wasn't really worth it. this guy placed a little bit of troops there for a bit, sub 100 mil. And so it took a few hits at that before he moved his troops out. Beyond that, I took this city here and these surrounding cities just to get the mark for the 12 hours of troops, which I'll collect at a higher VP. And then right now I am moving my troops down to this area because I found this guy with level 60 cities, all with like 1 million troops in them. And so I ran through this area. I'm just leveling them up one time as I take them. And so I leveled a few times through this, and I'm now up to this area where he has 28 mil. But what you can see when I go to attack him is he's just at the mark, or I mean, I'm a little bit below it, but mostly at the mark of 200% experience. So if I took another city, I'd drop below that mark. So I'm moving all my troops down to then attack this city that has the most troops in it, which will put him below the mark. But I just wanted to make sure that I get the 200% on that, and then I'll get like 150 on the remainder. And then from there, I'll be able to then go back up to my main area here and start attacking the 80s, as I mentioned earlier. So I will get back to you guys when that is done. Okay, so I have gotten up to 65 million troops, roughly, and my goal is to take about 3 of this guy's cities. And after I do so, I should be in the range to take a little bit higher level cities. I also have the cities that were near my main actually had like 30 to 40 million troops in them. And so those will be good to take after I gain a little bit more troops for good experience. But as of right now, I'm hoping this guy doesn't have troops there. He does have 14 mil. What is 14 mil? 262. That's a tolerable amount for now. It's going to be high loss, but this is kind of how it works. When you start late in the season to do your leveling and whatnot, your growth, it is like this. It's rapid growth, but with not the best troop retention. So it doesn't work for everyone. You definitely have to have like slightly higher stats. Also, an issue is this guy might be online. Let's see, King Bellion. I don't really know where King Bellion is from. I know King Bellion, I just don't know where he's scouting from. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that dude. He has pretty solid stats. Where's my attack landed? Sweet. Wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, dropped me down. Did he move extra troops there though? He was at 14. He did not. Perfect. Yeah, so I leveled twice off that. And then I'm just gonna basically boost my troops back up here and try to take those 84s because I mistapped the boost on those. Oh, did I press the video boost? 15? Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Who else is attacking me? Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to check where this is at. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, these next couple cities are going to lose their timers in, where were those? That one, 1 minute and 3 minute. I don't know if it lets you zoom in to see the timers. You used to be able to like just zoom into here and see the timers, which was really nice, and they removed that for some reason. Whoever designed that was horrible, but whatever. So, looks like I'll be taking this one next when my troops arrive. For now, like I said, mostly just going rusher. I was going to go striker a bit just to get my striker to 350, but then with the temple, it's actually near 370 already. So that's all right for me. I'm mostly just worried about rusher right now, so trying to limit the amount of walls that I'm getting. But yeah, I'll skip through this unless a wall happens. Then I'll show you guys that. Yeah, so nothing really happened. I just took those. So I ended up recording like another hour and a half of gameplay with some walls, some people walling me and whatnot. But for some reason, my iPad didn't store it afterwards, even though I have like 20 G's worth of storage left on it. Either way, I'm just gonna like give a brief overview of what happened so you guys kind of know, and it's not gonna change like too much. So basically, after I took those few level ADCs up here, I moved my troops back down here and took those 80s that I was talking about earlier with between 30 and 40 million troops. Then I saw over here that this guy had cities that I kind of wanted. And when I scouted his cities, he had like between 40 to 100 mil in each one. And at the time I had like 300 mil. So I sent a longer march, like 2.5 minute march to one of his cities with 40 mil. He grouped up his cities and walled me. So I was like, oh, damn. Now I'm going to be able to actually show like defensive gameplay or like offensive gameplay, sorry. And so then I regrouped my cities. I had like 400 or 500 mil at that time, and he walled with like 250, 300 mil. And so I then sent my march here, and I was like, okay, maybe he isn't fast enough to move from his main because he had really low guardian, like 80% guardian or something, and not even full brave either. So I was thinking he's probably pretty slow. Maybe he won't even be able to get here. He walls me again. And I could just like skip over this and not share any of this and be like, yeah. And so I just attacked other people. So, but no. So then I'm like, okay, now let me try doing something a bit more quote unquote advanced. So I then send a march here. And at this point I had like 600 mil troops. So I sent a march here just above 100 mil. So he would think that I'm sending my full stack, hopefully. And then once it was at like a minute 40, then I sent my second march to this city. And that was like a 2-minute 30 march. And so what I should have done instead is sent my march when the march going to this city was at like 2 minutes, because he was able to get here in time, then boost back and get here with like 800 mil. So I got outplayed by this guy and kind of miscalculations on my part. And so I was kind of planning on going back, but what I really needed to do first was, and really what I should have done from the start after I got walled like once, is just leveled up a few times and then reattacked. But I was ignorant and kind of had like bloodlust or whatever you want to call it. And so that's a few mistakes I made there. But then I went on up to this area, and this guy had all of these 90s here and 95s and whatnot. And this guy had a few more cities that I took up here, lower level. But I leveled a good amount from this guy's cities, like probably 5-6 levels. And although he had troops in this area, he had this grouping here of troops and this one, then I wasn't walled by him. And I didn't really want to go and attack the surrounding cities because they're a bit too close to be reinforced. And so he could have easily walled me there. So then after I took those and was kind of done there, then I moved down to this area and started right here. And I took the cities in this order. I attacked this one. It doesn't even let me open up the city. But either way, I attacked that one, then that one, then that one, then that one. And the reason I did this is because a lot of times when people are defending, if you're attacking like here, they'll defend to, let's say, here. So I attack in this way so that if they are defending, hopefully I'll catch them, and then I can come back and attack like the ones that I missed. And I've had success with that, but it doesn't, of course, everyone's playstyle is a bit different and erratic, so it might not work perfectly for you. But then when I did end up attacking this city, he had an incoming march to it between 1 and 10 Gs. So I collected my 1 hour and 12 hour of troops from the event. And I also collected my troop expedition that I had running. And so I was thinking it would be higher. I even put my guard gear on, but it turned out it was just 1.47 G troops that I walled. So a little bit disappointing there. Kind of a lackluster end to the video, but that was it, boys. It wasn't that spectacular. So yeah, I guess I'll just give the same outro that I gave, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. Basically, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, all that other bullshit. But definitely join my Discord server, which will be linked in the description. And there you can keep up with promo codes, monthly giveaways. Currently still working on the monthly giveaway. I know I mentioned that like a week ago, but it is finalizing. I'm going to boost it up to a $50 giveaway throughout my server, so feel free to join for that. And then also you can just ask questions and talk there. It's a cool, fairly relaxed place to chat with people. And that is about it. I'll see you guys next time.